in everyone's lives, but it is the lifeline here on Parliament Hill. In 2012, the then Conservative government wanted to modernize and centralize the system. But as we found out, that program isn't doing so well. They had to convert 550,000 email addresses, giving everyone the Canada.ca email. Now, to do that, the Harper government awarded Bell Canada the contract. But 5 years later, the program isn't anywhere close to being done. And you, the taxpayer, are already out at least $100 million.
This has got all the makings of the next big gun registry boondoggle, right? We've got a situation where you're trying to migrate email addresses. You're trying to change the domain of an email address, and now we're looking at $100 million. I think a lot of Canadians would ask, what exactly are we paying for here?
So far, only 9% of email addresses have been converted, and the original program has been put on hold for nearly 2 years. As a band-aid, the government set up 2 internal programs to try and pick up the slack. But those programs ran into trouble when the funding they needed didn't come through. Meanwhile, documents also show just keeping the old email systems going is costing $1 million per month. Shared Services Canada is the centralized government IT department responsible for the migration. Documents obtained by Global News show officials here were very worried about the delay, saying email systems are at risk. The president of Shared Services Canada insists things are now under control.
We have started and are in the midst of replacing some of the equipment, putting new solutions in place, and upgrading software to newer versions that are more stable.
The union representing public service workers says the project could have been done internally.
It actually made no sense to spend hundreds of millions of dollars bringing in an external third party on this project. Money down the drain.
Now, adding to all of this is another headache for Shared Services Canada. All government officials were supposed to ditch their BlackBerry devices by this summer. That hasn't happened, and replacement devices are in short supply, creating what some officials are calling an imminent crisis. Mike Lecouture, Global News, Ottawa.